Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Happy Valentine's Day. I know I'm not supposed to say that, but I'm going to because I want you to have a fantastic day. Today is the Be a Better You annual challenge, day number 45. 45 days into the year, and we've done a lot already, and we're going to continue to do something every day to help us be a better version of ourselves. So this month we're focusing on confidence, and today's tool is the Confidence Bank Account. We're using that to focus on our strengths, because when we focus on our strengths, we get more of those. When we focus on our weaknesses, we get more of that nonsense in our life. So we always want to be focusing on our strengths. And one of the tools that we can use to do that, and I meant to grab a little checkbook register to share an example, but of course I forgot to do it. Doesn't matter. You know, anybody that's ever had a checking account, and maybe if you're younger, you don't have any idea what I'm talking about. If not, hit me up and ask, and I will do a little explainer video on how to do the Confidence Bank Account and how to fill in a check register. I know they never even taught us how to fill out checks or have checking accounts or open checking accounts or anything like that back when I was in school. Maybe they do now, but I kind of doubt it, right? We don't want people to know what's going on with their own finances, because then they would have a clue. So why do we want to focus on our strengths? What's in it for us to focus on our strengths, and how do we go about doing that? Building on our strengths increases our confidence and motivation. It helps us to level up and be more productive. If we have confidence in ourselves and we focus on the things we're good at, and we do the good things that we're great at most of the time, if not, well, nobody can do them all the time, but if most of the time, number one, we feel more satisfied, we're more happy, we're more confident, we're definitely more productive. I know when I am certain that I can do something, I'm extremely confident, and I don't even really have to think about it. I just go ahead and do it. But if I'm nervous, or I'm starting something new, or I'm stretching my comfort zone, I have to kind of take baby steps to get into it. We're more productive. We get greater job and life satisfaction. I am much more satisfied and happy in my life if I'm doing things I know that I'm good at and that I like to do, versus things that I feel like I am obligated to do. Just the word obligation kind of is heavy and weighs me down. And it enhances our problem-solving ability and skills. Again, if we've done something similar before, we're much more confident. We also have a toolbox of things that we can pull from to help us solve the current problem. So what are some of the pitfalls of not focusing on our strengths and ignoring our strengths? Well, how about wasted time and energy? When I love learning something new, but sometimes I get frustrated in the beginning because it's taking me time and energy to figure it out. But that's part of my learning process, and I've just learned to accept that and not let it bother me. Secondly, it actually negates and reduces our confidence if we're doing things that we know we're not good at. Remember back in corporate America, and I haven't done this for a long time, but our whole feedback systems were set up to point out all the things that were wrong with you and all the things that people didn't like, and especially your boss, right? And they give you this big list of things that you've done wrong in the course of the year, and they would use that as the reason you did or didn't get your bonus or your whole possible salary increase for the next year. I always had salary positions in corporate America. So if you are always working on the things that other people think that you're bad at or you need to improve on, and there's always kernels of truth in any kind of feedback that we get, whether we like to believe it or not. But if all you're doing is spending your time and energy working on what you're not good at, you're actually making yourself less confident, because you're building on negatives, right? And when we build on negatives, we get more negatives, right? A negative and a negative is not a positive except in math. So we're wasting time and energy. We are decreasing our confidence. We are missing opportunities. And then often, as was in my case, we get burnt out and frustrated, right? If we're doing things and we're expecting things to be different than they are, to me, that's the definition of frustration. And so it took me a long time to figure that out, by the way. I didn't look it up in the dictionary and figure it out. It was like from personal experiences over and over and over again of being in a constant state of stress and frustration, because I was spending way too much time and energy working on things that I knew other people should be doing and I should not be working on, because it wasn't what I love to do. It wasn't where I was using my talents. It wasn't where I was learning and growing and expanding as a human being. And that led to frustration. So how do we go about using this Confidence Bank Account? What the heck is it? Well, it's just like your regular bank account. Every time you do something that you say you're going to do, that increases your confidence. Every time you do something that's playing into your strengths, that increases your confidence. So you get to make a deposit in your confidence bank account. Every time you don't do what you say you're going to do, you take a withdrawal from your confidence bank account. And it's just a way to actually solidify and reinforce when we're doing things positive to increase our confidence, or when we're doing things that chip away at our confidence. And guess what? If we have a deposit here and a deposit there where we don't do the thing we said we're going to do, I'll give you an example of this quickly. I think I shared Maria's story and I haven't done the write-up, so you won't see it unless you ask me to see it, and I decide to post those. I do a write-up every day. I started in February. I didn't do January this year because I had so much going on. But I started in February, like past years, doing a write-up and a story for each days of the challenge. And today's is Maria's. And I'm sharing her story because she is a new coach and she wants to coach better. Well, she needs to coach from her strengths and the things she's good at, the things that she's learned from that she can share with people, not from the things that she still isn't good at. Because guess what? We're always at any given time great at some things and we're stinky at others, right? So nobody's going to come to you to get coached on the things you're already stinky at, right? They come to you to get coached on the things you're good at. So every time, and she's resisting personally posting content to find new customers and new clients and more people she can help online. So she set a goal to post every day, one post every day, just one anywhere she wants to, but one post every day. And if she misses a day, which she missed a day or two since we started, it's not the end of the world. She realizes that it's a continually improving thing, but I guarantee that at the end of 30 days, she will already have it as a habit to post every day. And once you start doing something every day, it actually becomes harder to not do it than to do it. So if we set positive habits and routines and automations and rituals for ourselves, we automatically become better, more confident, because we're doing what we said we were going to do. So how do you go about setting up your bank account? Well, I just grab a check register, I write confidence bank account on it, and I just start putting entries in it. And the date, I like to put a little positive or negative in the front where you would normally put the check number, but then I put the date, and then I just put a couple words to describe what happened and what the situation was, and then I get to decide the amount of confidence boost that I got from the thing that I did, and that's how much I get to make my deposit or my withdrawal. Now, we have to be careful not to make our withdrawals based on negative self-talk and beating ourselves up for not doing the thing we said we were going to do for just a day or two. Life happens. Life gets in the way. We want to learn from it. We want to learn the things that trip us up and prevent us from doing the things we say we're going to do to ourselves, right? Nobody else is going to see this. It's just a tool for us to use to enhance our confidence and make our life better. Now, if you find you're doing this and you've got a whole bunch of negatives, you can change those things, or you can stop doing the bank account thing for a while until you do some self-reflection and you work on other areas that will increase your confidence before you start beating yourself up with a tool. We never want to beat ourselves up with a tool. Tools are meant to help us, not to harm us. So that's it today. Set yourself up a confidence checking account or bank account. If you don't, it doesn't have to be checking, I guess. Savings account maybe, so you can save up confidence for when you really need it to stretch your comfort zone. Any questions about this, please hit me up. Just ask. Otherwise, have a happy Valentine's Day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.